everyone, this is DJ. Welcome to another episode of RC Retirement. Today I've got another episode of good information for you. I think this is something that will be of great value to those of you out there, at least those of you who are survivors and annuitants who are receiving the survivor benefit pension or annuity and are having an offset based on the dependency and indemnity compensation, or DIC. So let me go into that a little bit. Yes, I'm just jumping right into the topic, but I've got a nice little presentation here that I picked up from a little web conference a while ago, and after a little bit of editing, I think this is something that I think would be beneficial for all of you. So I want to get right to it. I covered this on an episode of my old radio program, I think about a year ago. But it's been a while, and I want to make sure that everyone out there has this information. So anyway, this was passed in, I think, the 2019 National Defense Authorization Act. I'll admit I did not bother to look up the law before I started recording this episode. I will put that in the show notes though. So here's how the change in the law works. Currently, if you're receiving the survivor benefit annuity and are receiving the compensation from the VA called dependency and indemnity compensation, or DIC, then just like with veterans who are receiving military pay and VA compensation, there's an offset. A dollar for dollar offset. We won't go into the special survivor indemnity allowance. That's another issue. In fact, that's going away shortly. Anyway, here's how the change in the law works. In fact, let me just go ahead and bring up this presentation. It's about 3 minutes into the presentation now, or into the recording, so I'm saying that just as a timestamp here, so I know when to bring up the recording or the presentation on the screen. Alright, so here's the recording or the presentation. So currently, like I said, there's an offset if you're receiving the survivor allowance, the survivor annuity, and dependency and indemnity compensation from the VA. But the National Defense Authorization Act is going to phase out that offset starting next year. And now this sounds pretty cool, but it's actually not going to have a radical effect for a little while, so don't get too excited. I'll show you how exactly it's going to work in the next couple of slides. But the good news is that by 2023 there will be no offset whatsoever. You will have full survivor annuity and full dependency and indemnity compensation. I'll just say DIC for after this. Okay, I had a bit of a camera issue, so I'm not quite sure where it cut off, because I'm just picking up right in the middle of my thought. So I'll just continue. Here's the good news anyway. So by 2023, there will be no DIC survivor benefit annuity offset whatsoever. There will be full receipt of both. and I'll show you in this presentation how that works. So let's just go ahead and move on. Move on to page 2. So how will this offset be phased out? Like I said, it starts next year, so just a little more than a month from now, and it's going to be fairly simple for those who are already receiving the survivor annuity and DIC. Now, it does not mean that the amount received from the VA is going to be affected, so don't worry about that. People panic, oh my gosh, it's going to affect this or that. No, no, no. The amount received from the VA is going to remain the same. At all times, as I talk about this, the amount received from the VA will stay the same. The only thing being affected is the amount of military compensation, the amount of survivor annuity being received. So that's it. That's the only thing that's going to change. In fact, with this, no, it's going to be the later slide. So, since I said that only the military pay, because VA compensation is not military pay. The VA is not military. It is a civilian organization that supports veterans, but it is not military. It's outside of the Department of Defense, so it is not military. That's going to make a lot of people angry because I said that, but it is not a military organization. It is a veteran support organization, but it is outside of DoD, therefore not a military organization. So because I said that, it is not military pay, and so only military pay is going to be affected by this change in law. So, will every spouse annuitant see more money next year? No, because of the way this phase-in is going to work. And I'll show you specifically in the upcoming slides how that phase-in will work, because it is a little weird the way they did it. They're doing it in thirds. So next year, 1/3 of DIC will be, or 2/3 of DIC will be offset. In 2022, 1/3 will be offset, and in 2023, all 3/3, 100%, will no longer be offset. So here's an example of how it would work. This is assuming 2022. So in this example, you've got an annuitant who would have received $900 in military pay. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but would have received $900 in survivor benefit plan annuity, but 2/3 of, am I thinking this right? Okay, no, this is still talking next year. So 2/3 of the DIC is still $905, which is greater than $900. So because of that, the offset is, or the net survivor annuity is still 0. So because of that, the annuitant would still see no change in the amount of money received from DoD, from DFAS, next year. But like I said, DIC, the amount of money received from the VA, remains unchanged. At all times, the amount of money from DIC remains unchanged. And SSIA, the Special Survivor Indemnity Allowance, remains unchanged until 2023. At upon 2023, when the offset goes away, SSIA goes away as well. Alright, so here's an idea of roughly how the change in law is going to affect people. For those who like numbers, you're going to see about 63,000 people over the course of the next year have some sort of impact, roughly. But what's nice is seeing that next year about 19,000 people will begin receiving some sort of survivor annuity for the very first time. And I like to see that. It might be a small amount of money, but it will be something, in addition to DIC. Alright. DFAS is going to try to contact everybody who is currently receiving DIC and has the or should be receiving the survivor annuity and is currently receiving the DIC offset. They're going to do a special mailing later on, probably later this or early next month. It would be a good time to expect that, or early in January, to inform. Actually it says the end of this year, so probably next month, maybe even this week, who knows. There was no time given for that. So they're going to try to notify everyone of this to make sure that information is correct and try to get things squared away before this change happens. This is good news for everybody. This is more money in their pocket. But you've got to make sure a few things happen first. And what needs to happen is the annuitants who have this offset need to make sure their account information is correct, make sure their direct deposit information is correct, and if not, they need to establish a MyPay account. No more of this paper stuff. Establish a MyPay account and update their deposit information, withholding information. Make sure they have a current email address on record so they can monitor changes to their pay and receive updates. All the stuff that we're doing ourselves as modern retirees, these annuitants need to do as well. So that's what the letter is essentially going to say. And if you know any annuitants out there who are in this situation, then please take them to the MyPay website and help them along, help them establish a MyPay account so that they can be just that one step ahead and prepared for this upcoming change. This is good stuff. This is a good change for them, more money for them, at least over time. It might not affect them right away, but by 2023 that offset will be gone. Now, there's no way to tell whether that means some sort of pending change on the other side of the house for currently serving, not currently serving, but for people talking about retirees and the military/VA offset. That's a totally different thing. Or as they say in The Wizard of Oz, that's a horse of a different color. So we won't talk about that. But this is an awesome thing for survivor annuitants. And I was glad to see it when it first came out. And I'm glad to remind you of it now. And to have this additional information from DFAS to show you today. So like I said, please spread this around. Let others know about it. And get ready for this change. It's going to happen in about 5-6 weeks. Let's see, today is about 6 weeks. And cool stuff coming down the pike. So let's spread the word about it and get folks ready and see what comes of it. So this is awesome stuff. All right, everyone, so that's it for today. I thank you for being part of this audience and for being with me today. If you would like to support my efforts, I invite you to join my Patreon campaign at patreon.com/rcretirement. And you can support me at any of the pre-established levels that are already there, or you can create one of your own. If you choose to support me at $25 per month or more, then you will receive a 20% discount on any of the services that I offer on my website. And there are a good many there. These are ways that I can help you help yourself, help you receive all manner of military retirement benefits, including survivor annuities and other benefits of the sort. So take a look at rcretirement.com and the fees for services page, the various ways that I can help you. And then remember the discount that you can receive for helping me for just a small amount per month. And you would also receive my great appreciation for doing so. But the biggest way, or not the biggest way, but there are so many ways to help me out, but one of the greatest ways to help me is to spread the word about this channel. The more people who are watching this channel, the more people learn of the benefits they are earning every day, and obviously benefit from learning this information. That's the whole point of this channel, is to teach and to help people help themselves. So please spread the word about this channel, hit that subscribe button, and let's get the numbers up, let's get the eyeballs up so that everyone is improving themselves and better for it. Once again, thank you for being here, thank you for being part of this audience and spending your time with me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.
If you liked what you heard on today's episode, then please go below and give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, please let other people know about this channel and the information it can provide for them. If you have questions or comments, then please have no qualms about posting them in the comments section below. Please remember the RC Retirement YouTube channel and the RC Retirement website are not recognized or endorsed by the Department of Defense, the Department of Veterans Affairs, or any other government agency. The information presented in these resources are for entertainment and informational purposes only. Also, the content of either of these resources should not be considered financial or legal advice. Please consult with your own legal counsel, accountant, or financial planner before making any decisions based on what you have learned here. As always, thank you for watching the RC Retirement YouTube channel.